Hello guys, a very good evening to all of you. So guys, we're doing this chapter called as account current, and in the previous class we have completed the concept of backward method, which is also called as epoch method. Right guys, now we'll be heading towards the next two concepts. In that, the first one is guys, a red ink interest concept. So let's do illustration 3 guys, where we'll be understanding the concept of red ink interest. So it says that following running transaction took place between me and you during the month of Feb 2020. Transactions are given guys, and likewise when we discussed this in the previous class, we understood that the interest rate is missing, so that has to be given in question. So if you look at the solution, they say that interest at the rate of 12% per annum has to be calculated for a period up to 31st March. And second, we have to understand who is rendering the account current to whom. So we understood that me is rendering the account current to you. So can I say guys, the heading will be you in account current with me. You in account current with me. What do you say guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Interest up to 31st March 2020 at 12% per annum. Please note down the heading guys, we'll proceed forward. Please note down the format. Debit side, transaction, particulars, due date, amount, days, product. And credit side guys, same transaction date, particulars, due date, amount, days, product. No change in the format guys, no change in the format. And please note down Feb 2020 so that below we'll just against each and every transaction we'll just mention the date, just mention the date. Once all of you are done with the format, give me a heads up, I'll go to the answer. You in account current with me, which means this account current is rendered by me to you. So you is my creditor, you is my debtor. So we're preparing use ledger guys. It is something like preparing use ledger. It says that on 1st of February, amount payable by you to me, by you to me. So guys, please tell me, is this receivable for me or payable for me?
Receivable.
Amount payable by you. You is my party. He's paying to us, which means 5,000 is receivable to me. So what will I do, guys? What will I do? On 1st February, what will I do? To balance brought down. What is the amount, guys? Amount is 5,000 rupees. Amount is 5,000 rupees. What is my due date, guys? What is my due date? Can I say same one? Please calculate the number of days, guys. Please calculate the number of days. This is the balance brought down, which means normally in the transaction, whenever the date of transaction is given, that date when the transaction is happening, that date we ignore for the calculation of number of days. But as long as balance brought down is done, guys, we have to include that day also. We have to include that day also. So please tell me, guys, please tell me how many days? 2020 is a leap year, guys. 2020 is a leap year. Nowhere in the question they have mentioned that should we follow 365 days or 366 days. What do we do here? What do we do here? 2020 is a leap year. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Being a leap year, if I calculate, guys, Feb has got 29 days. 29 plus 31 is how much?
60.
29 plus 31. 29 days of February. 29 plus 31. 60. But what they have taken? 59. So what does this mean? They have taken 2020 as 365 non-leap year. So whatever you do, guys, you have to state your assumption. Normally, if you ask me, guys, in the question they mention that 1 year should be equal to 365 or 366 days. If nothing is mentioned, then you can put an assumption that we assume that 1 year is equal to 365 days. You can put an assumption. At the end of the table, assumed that 1 year is equal to 365 days. With that assumption, you can calculate, guys. If I assume that there are 365 days, can I say 28 days of February, 28 days of February, and 31 days of March, 59 days, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Moving on further, guys. Moving on further. It says that on 5th of February, sales made by me. Sales made by me. By me means, can I say me is we? We are referred as me here. So sales made by me to you. So can I say this is a credit sales, guys? Credit sales. Sales made by me to you. You is my party. You is my party. So can I say data to sales? Y to sales? To sales. Sales. What is the date, guys? The date is 5th of February. What will be the due date? What will be the due date? Guys, what will be the due date? Normally, in whenever sale is given, guys, if you remember in the previous illustrations, they used to mention the credit period 1 month, 2 months. So accordingly, used to calculate. If nothing was mentioned, just sale was given. Whatever the transaction date was there, used to take that as a due date. Or else they'll mention credit period 1 month, 2 month allowed. So accordingly, 1 month or 2 month used to calculate. Here, neither the credit period is given. Yeah, credit period is not given here, but invoice date is given here, guys. So whenever in question, if invoice date is given 7/4/2020, that will be my due date. 7/4/2020 is my due date, guys. It is 7/4/2020. So 7th April. Sorry, 7th April, no? Yeah. Let's make all the format uniform so that always the date format should be uniform. Now, guys, you see there's some difference here between this transaction and the previous transaction. Normally, guys, if I calculate the days, so far what happened was that this used to be my end of the statement date. Account current statement date is ending on 31st March 2020, 31/3/2020. Guys, this is the account current ending statement date. So always the due date was somewhere here, guys. The due date was somewhere here. So from this due date, used to calculate the number of days. From this due date, used to calculate the number of days. Now, if you look at this question, guys, if you look at this particular transaction, 7th April is a due date. Where is the 7th April due date falling? Can I say somewhere here? Tell me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Normally, in all the questions, what you've done so far, the due date happens to fall here. That is before the statement, account current statement date. My account current statement date is here. So before this, all my due date used to fall. Therefore, the due date, the number of days what you calculate was in positive. Now, guys, the due date is after the account period date, the account current statement date. The due date is after the account current statement date. So now still you have to calculate the number of days. So you'll be calculating the days between the two, guys. Please tell me how many days. Please tell me from 31st March to 7th April, how many days? Please tell me.
Sir,
Yes, boss.
should we include March 31st?
No, March 31st will be excluded. Or you can say if 31st March is included, then 7th of April has to be excluded. Any one date has to be excluded. So I would suggest that ignore the account current date. Take count from the next day. That is from 1st April. So can I say 1st April, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th? 7 days? Me, guys. Can I say 7 days?
Yes, sir.
Now, guys, when I calculate from the normal due date to the account current date, here between this period, the number of days what you calculate will be positive. And if you calculate the number of days after the account current date, you have to take this as minus. Am I clear or not clear? Can I
So
say
can
it becomes minus 7 days? Me, boss. Tell me, guys, any problem with this?
So can you repeat it, sir?
Normally if I say, Nandini, so far whatever questions we have done, due date always used to fall before the account current statement date. Can I say account current is prepared as on 31st March 2020, and the due date was always before, the due date was always used to be before the 31st March 2020. Therefore, the number of days what used to calculate from this period to this period was positive number of days. Now, if you see, the due date is falling after the account current statement days, and I want the number of days that is happening between the account current statement date and the due date. So here it is 1st of April, 31st March, account current statement date is ending. Leave that. From next day onwards, I have to count. That is from 1st April onwards, I have to count the number of days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here, can I say 7 days are there?
Yes, sir.
If the days is falling before 31st March, it will be positive days. And if it is falling after 31st March, negative days. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So it is -7, guys. It is -7. And what is the amount? Amount is 8,250. 8,250. Guys, do this question the way we normally do it, guys. Trust me, you will not even know when we have completed learning reading interest. I'll tell you what is reading interest at the end. Now you guys just do this question normally. The only concept now you have to remember is that if the due date is falling before the account current date, and when you calculate the number of days, it will be positive. And if the due date is falling after the account current date, the number of days what you'll calculate is you have to put in negative. Am I clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Now, guys, let's go to the next transaction. 8th of February, received acceptance of you by me for 3 months. Received acceptance of you. You is my party. Who's giving acceptance? Customer, party is giving the acceptance. So which means what? Me had given bills of exchange to you. What is the content of bills of exchange? You would have agreed that, sir, I'll make the payment after 3 months. I'll make this 10,000 rupees payment after 3 months on so and so date, on so and so time, in so and so mode. So everything me had documented. நீ சொன்ன இல்லையா, சொன்ன மாதிரி எனக்கு கையெழுத்து போட்டு கொடு. Whatever the party, my customer said it, sir, on this and this date, I'll make the payment with all these terms and conditions. Now, orally he said it. What me did is, me had written everything on a piece of paper, send it to you. Whatever you're saying, orally, I'll not agree. You sign it and give it back to me. So signing of you means acceptance by you. So you have accepted whatever he has orally told and given that to me. So for me, guys, we are preparing this statement in books of me. So for me, can I say it is bills receivable? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
For me, it is bills receivable. Bills receivable. So what will be a journal entry, guys? Bills receivable to Y. Can I say bills receivable to Y? Yes or
Yes.
no? Can I say buy bills receivable? It is on 8th of Feb, guys. Transaction date is 8th of Feb. 8th of Feb, the acceptance is given. And it is for 3 months, guys. 3 months. Feb, it is given. So can I say 3 months from Feb? Means March, April, May. May 8th plus 3 grace days. 9, 10, 11. So can I say 11th of May is the due date? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
11th of May is the due date. Now, guys, tell me, where is the due date falling here? Due date is falling before the account current statement date or after?
After.
31/3/2020. This is the account current statement date. And where is the due date falling, guys? Due date is 11th May 2020. So can I say 11th May is falling here? I told you if the due date is falling after the account current statement date, then whatever days you calculate here, it should be negative. How many days in negative, guys? 31/3, ignore it. I'll calculate from April 1st. April has got 30 days and May has got 11 days. So 30 plus 11, can I say 41 days?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, can I say 41 days? April
Yes, sir.
30 days
Yes, sir.
plus May 11 days, 41 days. Amount is, guys, amount 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. Any problem in this? This will be negative, guys. Can I say this will be negative? I say negative 41? Yes or no?
Yes.
Next, guys, on 10th, you sold goods to me for 11,000 rupees. Invoice date is 10/3/2020. You sold goods to me. In whose book are we preparing? In whose book are we preparing this account current statement, guys?
Books of
Whose
me.
book? In book of me, ledger is you. So, guys, is this my sale transaction or purchase transaction?
Purchase.
You is selling, guys. You is selling means we are purchasing. Guys, we are preparing the accounts in me's book. Me is the party in whose books we are preparing the accounts. So look at the language, how they're trying to confuse us. The moment you look the word you sold goods to me, you will think of sale transaction. No, 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 no. In whose books are we accounting? In me's book. So you is selling to me, which means me is purchasing. So it is a purchase transaction. It is a purchase transaction. So purchase account debit to you, purchase to Creta. So in Creta's ledger, buy purchase. On 10th Feb, buy purchase. Tell me, guys, yes or no? Buy purchase. Yes or no? Everybody.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
if you look at the due date, guys, it is 10/3/2020. 10/3/2020. March. Now tell me, guys, the due date is falling before account current statement date or after the account current statement date?
Before.
Before. So can I say the days will be in plus now? So how do you calculate? 10th of March is the due date. Ignore 10th because on the due date, whichever is there, till that the time for payment is given. Till midnight, 10th of midnight time is there for payment. So till that, for that 10th will not be included. So calculate from 11, guys. So from 11 to 31. So if I do 31 days in March, 31 days in March minus 10 will give me the number of days of March. 21 days, guys. 21 days of March. Yes or no? 21 days of March, guys. What do you say?
Sir, we should ignore March 10, no, sir.
Yes, March 10 has to be ignored. So count 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, count till 31. You get 21 days only. So how do you calculate in short way? 31 minus 10. So you're minusing 10 days. So balance 21 days is left, no? So straight away you can do 31 minus 10 in your calculator. Okay, not okay.
Okay, sir.
Everybody say okay, I'll go forward.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Coming back, guys. So next is 12th. Me received check from you. Me received, guys. Me received check from you. Received check. Me means we. We are receiving the check. So can I say bank account debit? Bank account debit to you. Bank account debit to you. So can I say buy bank? Buy bank. And guys, it is 12/4/2020. So 12th April. 12th April. 12th April, guys. 12th April. Now tell me, guys, this due date is falling after the account current statement date or before the account current statement date?
After.
So can I say it will be negative? So after 31st March, 12 days, guys. So can I say it is minus 12? 12 days? From 1st April to 12th April. Can I say 12 days? Amount is 7,500. 7,500. Tell me, guys, yes or no? 12th April is the transaction date. 12th April is the due date for the check, and amount is 7,500. So due date is falling after the account current statement date. 31st March is the account current statement date. Calculate number of days from the next day. That is from 1st April. So from 1st April to 12th of April, it is minus 12 days. Next, guys, 16th. Cash paid by me to you. Who's paying cash? We are paying cash. Can I say? Cash paid by me. Me means we. So it is you account debit to cash. You account debit to cash. You account debit to cash. To cash. To cash. What is the transaction date? 16th. Feb. 16 Feb is the transaction date, guys. Due date is not given. So in the absence of due date, what should I do? Can I say this transaction date will be my due date? And the amount that is involved is 2,500, guys. Me, the due date is falling before the account current statement date or after the account current statement date?
Before.
So number of days will be positive or negative?
Positive, sir.
How many days positive? Feb has got 28 days, 28 minus 16. 28 minus 16 plus 31 days of March. So 43 days, guys. 28 days of March. From that, 28 days of February. From that, minus 16 days. So you'll get the remaining days of February and plus 31 days of March. So 43 days, guys. The answer is positive. The answer is positive. The number of days should be positive. Yes?
Sir, 29 days of February, no, sir.
We assumed 365 days, no, Kana, when we started this question. If you look at the assumption, what we had at the end of the statement was 1 year is
Yes.
equal to 365 days. Now clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, guys, the next transaction. Bills receivable accepted by me from you on account sale 5,500. Bills receivable accepted by me. So for us, it is bills receivable or payable.
Payable.
Guys, we are accepting, which means we are signing and giving that after so and so date I'll make the payment. On so and so date, and in future I'll make the payment. So it is bills payable for us. So bills payable is credit. Why to bills payable? Why to bills payable? Why to bills payable? What is the transaction date, guys? It is 24th of Feb. 24th of Feb. 5,000 rupees. Due date is given, guys, 24th March 2020. 24 March 2020. Please tell me, guys, the due date is falling before the account current statement date or after?
Before.
Before. So days will be positive or negative?
Positive.
So what will be the number of days, guys? So can I say 31 days of March minus 24? 7 positive days. Tell me, guys, any problem in this? Next is cash paid by you to me. Cash paid by you. Cash paid by you. So paid means don't get carried away. Who's paying? The opposite person is paying to us. So for us, it is receipt of cash. Cash received. Look at the language they're trying to confuse. Don't get confused. If you don't have your 100% presence of mind, you will royally screw this question. Such an easy question. Cash paid by you to me. So can I say by cash? By cash. 28th of February. By cash. Yes. The due date is not given. The transaction date is the due date. Now please tell me, the due date is falling before the account current date or after the account current statement date?
Before.
So your days will be positive or negative?
Positive.
How many days? 28 February is the last date of that month. So can I say effectively 31 days?
Yes, sir.
What say, guys? 31 days. Yes or no? Now, guys, we have done with it. Now, guys, what do we do? Can I say we calculate the product? Please calculate the product and tell me which side total is more. 5,000 into 59, guys. 2,95,000 positive. Tell me one thing. 8,250 into minus 7 if I multiply. Will I get the product in plus or minus?
Minus.
Minus. Very simple. So like that, please get the product and tell me, guys, are you all getting this answer or not? Please tell me the products is matching with my table or not. If I take total of this, if I take total of this, which total is more, guys? Which total is more? Which total is more? Debit side is more or credit side is more? Guys, positive is more or negative is more?
Positive.
Positive is more. So which means, can I say the total of this table should be, the total should be this? 3,79,750 should be the total, guys. 3,79,750 should be the total. Please tell me what is the balance of the product? By balance product. By balance product. This will be on 31st March. This getting 1,91,500, right? So it will be 3,79,750 minus the total of the credit. So guys, are you getting by balance product 1,82,250? One second. So what did I do? Yeah.
So should we ignore the minus sign in that 1,95,000?
Balance 1,95,000.
No, the credit side total, sir. When
Credit
we
side total. So basically, what do you do? Debit, credit, you minus, no? 3,79,750. This is the total. The same total should come on the other side. So,
but the credit side total it comes in minus, no, sir.
minus of minus becomes plus, no? So balance of the product will be 5,71,250. What do we do, guys? Normally, what do we do? If I want to balance, how do we balance? We take the debit side total, which is more 3,79,750, minus this with minus of 191,500. Minus of minus will become plus, no? Can I say the balance of the product is 5,71,250? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Now, after finding the balance of product, guys, what do? You calculate the interest.
Yes.
Interest income. You calculate interest income. How do you calculate, guys? In the amount column, 5,71,250 into, what is the percentage, guys? 12%. 12% into 1 divide 365. 187.8, guys. Can I round off to the next number, 188? This is my first finding. This is my first finding. First, I'll calculate the product. Second will be calculation of interest income. Then now you guys, you'll do the balance of the amount column. Please do the balance of the amount column. Which side the balance is more, guys? Debit side is more. We first did the balancing of product column. Now we are doing the balance of amount column. Please be very clear in this. So debit side total is 20,938, guys. And credit side total is 51,000 rupees. Amount is receivable or payable. Net amount balance carried on will come where? Credit side total is more. Credit side total is more. So here we'll get the two balance carried down. Two balance carried down. This is my third finding. So guys, are you getting 10,062.9, 10,062.1? 0.1 if I round off, guys, it will remain same 62. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Is it matching with the textbook answer? Now, what they've done in textbook, I'll tell you. I'm coming to that point. First, let me be very clear with what I have done in the whiteboard. Guys, two balance carried down 10,062 rupees. Exactly, it is matching. Yes or no? Tell me guys, didn't we solve this question exactly the way we solved with the normal forward method? In forward method, how do we solve it? Anywhere did we mention anything about red ink interest here? Tell me.
No, sir.
I solved this question normally the way we do. The only difference was if the due date is falling after the account current statement date, we put it negative and solved it. That's all. A normal balancing, guys. This is normal balancing. Now, what is red ink interest here, guys? Now, all this things which is coming in negative, no, this is red ink interest. In those olden days, guys, in those olden days, what people used to do is that whenever while preparing this account current statement, if there is anything coming in negative, that they used to mark in red. That is why it is called as red ink interest. Red ink interest. In this product column, normally we don't have product, guys. If you do the simple method, under the forward method, if you do the simple method, we have interest column here. So the interest what we get here is, this is red ink interest. In case if this was not done in product method way, had it been done in the simple method way, then this 57750, in that place I would have got the interest. Since the interest in negative, it is called as red ink interest. So in those days, whenever they used to prepare the account current statement and whenever the amount was negative, they call that as red ink interest. So here, guys, all this thing is red. All this thing which is coming in minus, guys, all the things which is coming in minus is my red ink interest. How many minus totally here, guys? Totally? Can I say 3?
Yes, sir.
This is red ink interest method. Now, in your textbook, what they have done? Very simple, guys. What they have done is, now, whenever you have this minus 57,750, minus 4,10,000, the calculation becomes complicated. Yes or no? Tell me, guys. Little bit. If I do for the first or 2 times, like first 2 times, if I do this question, can I say there is a possibility of making slight error here and there? Tell me, guys. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, in order to avoid the mistakes, they told that let's not have these things in negative. Let's convert everything in positive, guys. In accounts, tell me one thing. If I don't want the debit side to be minus 57750, if I want to make this positive, what do I do? What do I do? Please tell me. I want an answer from all of you.
Credit side.
We will
Say this.
record it in the credit side.
Absolutely, guys. If you remember, provision for depreciation is a liability that comes on the, it's a liability that comes on the liability side of the balance sheet. We don't want that to be on the liability side, so we take it to the asset side. So when I take the plus provision to the other side of the balance sheet, that is asset side, it becomes minus. Same way, guys, from debit, if you take anything to credit, the symbol will change to opposite. So here, guys, this part, that is from the days column, and the product column, what they've done is they have taken this to the other side. They have taken this to the other side, guys. When it goes to the other side, it becomes positive. Yes or no? The product has become positive. Can you see that, all of you? Tell me, guys, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, days column become positive now. It was minus negative 7. Now it is positive 7. Thereby the product is also positive 7. Transaction date, guys. What will be the transaction date? This red ink, whatever is written in red ink, no. At the end of the year, that is at the end of the account statement date, that time only this transaction transfer is made. Like from debit to credit and credit to debit. So this is happening on 31st of March, guys. This is happening on 31st March. And I have to mention something in particulars, no. Some name I have to give, no. That is called as red ink product as per contra. By red ink product as per contra. Are you getting what is happening here? What did I do, guys? Here I had 2 amounts here. 2 things. That is negative days, negative product. These 2 alone I've taken to the other side. If you see here also they have done same thing. These 2 amounts they kept it as blank. Why? Because This is mentioned here. This is mentioned here. Look at the date, 31st March, and here it is April 7. That is the due date also they've taken as it is. 7th April, due date you can take as it is. Getting my point. Same way, guys, if I have to talk about the debit side, credit side, there is 41 days negative here. So what will I do? I'll take this which side? Can I say I'll take this to debit side? If I take this to debit side, guys, how much it will become? I say positive 41. Product has also become positive, guys. The product has also become positive. So to reading product as per contra. To reading product as per contra. What will be the due date? Same due date what is mentioned for this transaction. 11th May. What will be the transaction date? 31st March. 31st March is the transaction date. Tell me, guys, any problem in this? Same way, I have one more negative here, guys, minus 12 and minus 90. I'll cut this also. I'll take this to the other side, guys. I'll take this to the other side. It will become plus 12 now. It will become plus 12 now. To reading product as per contra. What happens? The due date will be same 7th April, guys. Tell me, do you have any problem in this?
No, sir.
Make the overall presentation look more positive. They have come out with this concept of reading. So wherever the negative part is there, take it to the positive side. You are free to do whichever method you want to do, guys. You can do this method, what I have done also with negative calculation, and you can do this method which is given in textbook also. Both the methods you can do it. Yes, boss.
So for 90,000, how is the due date 7th April, sir? It should be 12th April, no, sir.
Which one?
For 90,000.
For 90,000, what did we get previously?
12th.
12. Due date is 12th April, no? What is the transaction date? 12th February, right? 12th April is the date of check, no? Na?
Sir, but you have written it as 7th April, sir.
So this one you're telling, is it?
Yes.
Okay, I gave it the cross reference. Okay, I gave the link wrong. Okay. Now okay. Now it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, guys. Now, by putting this contra entry, I have removed the negativity, guys. I've removed the negativity. Now, guys. Now, if you want to balance, please balance it and tell me what are we getting. Balance of the product, guys. What is the balance? Which side total is more? Which side the total is more? Debit side is 9,37,500 and credit side is 3,66,250. So can I say the debit side total is more? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the balance? Can please calculate and tell me?
5,71,250.
5,71,250. Yes, all of you. Now on this product, please calculate the interest, guys. Please calculate the interest in the sum column. 5,71,250 into 12% into 1 divided by 365. You're still getting the same 188 as answer, guys. Same 188 as answer.
Yes, sir.
And balance carton will be the same one, guys. Credit side total was more. Credit side total was more. So 31,000 minus. Please do the balancing as per your thing. 31,000 minus some of this. Same 10,062 are we getting, guys? Yes. Tell me, guys, any problem in this? So what is reading interest method, guys? In reading interest method, I've taught you to do this question in two ways. One, like normal method, guys, get your days and product in plus and minus depending on when the due date is falling. If it is before the account current statement date plus, after account current statement date minus, and calculate your normal way. How do you calculate it? Do that way. So whatever the negative part you're getting, that is called as rating interest concept. Now, if you don't want the answers to come in negative, if it is confusing, then whatever the negative part is there, take it to the other side and name it as by rating product or to rating product, and then calculate. Everything is positive here, so nothing to worry about in balancing. When you balance, nothing will be negative. Your calculation will be balancing normal ledger. This is your rating interest product method, guys. Tell me any difficulty in this. Balance brought down is table 10,062 rupees. We have to pay you. We have to pay this you. That is, me has to pay it to you. Tell me, guys, any difficulty in the red ink interest method?
No, sir.
Can we do one more question based on this? So that you'll have the complete clarity of the concept.
Yes, sir.
Tell me one thing, guys. The next method, what you are doing, do you want to do in the negative approach or positive approach? Negative approach means like normal question. Positive approach means by rating product. I would say that by rating product, go with that. Can we do that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because that is what is given in the institute material. So we'll stick on to that. So it says that following transaction took place, guys. It is illustration 7. It says that following transaction took place between X and Y during the month of April 2020. So all the transaction in the month of April is given. Finally, they're saying that you are required to make out an account current by product method to be rendered by X to Y as on 30/4/2020, taking interest into account at the rate of 10% per annum. Assume 1 year, 365 days. When you look at this question, guys, there is no hint that there could be a rating interest concept hidden here. Guys, rating interest is not a separate concept. When you do the question, if something is coming negative, you will decide what needs to be done. Keep it either negative or take it to the other side and make it positive and then do the question. So this is normal method, guys, normal method. So account statement is to be rendered by X to Y. So in whose books are we going to record it?
X.
In books of X. And to whom we are going to give the statement? To Y. So can I say it will be Y in account current with X? Y in account current with X. Interest up to 30 April 2020. So interest will be up to 30 April, guys. 30 April 2020. Guys, please do with this format. Please prepare this format and tell me once you're ready, I'll proceed forward. It's 15 minutes maximum. We'll be done with this question. Quickly, guys, finish off the format and then we'll proceed towards the transactions. Guys, can we go forward? Guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it says that amount payable by X to Y, So guys, debit balance or credit balance? Amount payable by X to Y. Debit balance or credit balance?
Credit balance.
Sorry, somebody said debit balance. Who is that? Debit balance or credit balance? Amount payable by X. X is we have to pay to Y. So credit balance. So by balance brought down. 1st April, guys, by balance brought down 8,000 rupees is the amount, and you have to calculate the number of days, guys. April 1. So April 1, and the account statement date is ending on 30th of April. So being an opening balance, guys, we have to include this day also. So April 1 to 30th April, can I say 30 days? Product is 3 lakh rupees. If you're okay with this, tell okay, I'll proceed forward.
Okay, sir.
Next, received acceptance of X to Y for 2 months. Received acceptance of X to Y. Who is giving acceptance?
X.
acceptance of X. Why X is accepting that, okay, I'll make the payment. So can I say this is a bills payable transaction?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the entry? Can I say Y to bills payable? Y to bills payable. So in Y's ledger, 2 bills payable. 7th April, 2 bills payable. 7th April, bills payable, guys. 2 months, 2 months. 2 months, guys. So April 7th, April 7th. So May, June, June 7th, plus 3 grace days, 8, 9, 10. 10th of June, guys. 10th of June is the due date. Amount is 5,000, guys. Tell me, guys, the due date is falling before the account current statement date or after it?
After.
After. So please, can you calculate the number of days? April 30 is the account current statement date. Calculate from the next day, that is 1st of May. So May has got 31 days, guys. June has got 10 days. So can I say 31 plus 10 is 41?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to write on the debit side because it is negative. If I write it here, it will be minus 41. If you don't want here, you can record by reading product as per contra 41 days. June 10 is the due date. April 30. This reading product you'll prepare at the end of, guys, statement date. Please be very careful here. If you look at the transaction date here, guys, it is the account current statement date. And if you see the transaction date here, it is different here. Sorry, here, April 7th it is. Are you clear? Don't take April 7th as transaction date. It will be April 30. Whenever you write by reading product or to reading product, this will always be, the transaction date will always be on 30th of April. That is the account current statement date. So this is account current statement date by reading product as per contra June 10. 41 days, guys. So 41 days into amount. What is amount? 5,000 rupees is the amount. You can mention amount, nothing wrong here. But what happens is if you mention the amount here, when you do the balance, carry down and brought down, that is when you balance the amount column, it will be problem. That's why they are not putting it. So please don't put it. You can put it in the bracket here, 5,000 into 41. So can I say you'll get 2,05,000 rupees, guys? Tell me, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So we've done 2 transactions, guys. Third one, April 10th is the transaction date. Bills receivable accepted by Y on 7th Feb 2020 is honored on this date. What is the journal entry for this? Bills receivable is honored. Whatever the bills receivable was accepted by Y, it was honored. What will be the journal entry?
Bank to bills receivable.
Bank account debit, money is coming in, and bills receivable account is getting closed. Will this affect my account current statement? Please tell me.
No, sir.
This is Y's ledger that we are preparing. And the journal entry for this is bank account debit to bills receivable. Money is coming in my bank account and bills receivable, I'm closing it because money is already come. This has got nothing to do with Y's ledger. So can I say this entry will not come in my books of accounts? Yes or no? Yes or no? Please make a note and highlight if you have a highlighter. Yes, if you have a highlighter, please highlight this point and mention that journal entry and put a arrow mark and mention this entry will not affect Y's ledger. Can I go forward? Guys, which method is this? Forward method or backward method?
Good.
Forward method. Just because the due date is falling after the account current statement date, don't think this is backward. I taught you what is backward method. Backward method is a different concept. Whatever concept we have done so far, it is forward method only. Under forward method, we have simple method and product method. Right? And this reading interest product method is just one of the concept of the forward method. I hope you're clear with this. Guys, can I go forward? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Now, somebody is missing here. Who's missing? Shweta is missing here. Okay. Guys, on 10th of April, X sold goods to Y. X sold goods to Y. So for us, it is sale or purchase, guys? X
Sale.
sold goods to Y. X, we are X. We are recording in the books of X. So it is 2 sales. So Y 2 sales, guys. Y 2 sales. So on 10th of April is the transaction date, 2 sales. And what is the due date, guys? Please write it down. Due date is, guys, 10/5/2020. 10/5/2020. Tell me guys, this due date is falling after the account current statement date or before the account current statement date?
After.
So can I say the days will be negative? Amount is 15,000 guys. So how much days of negative? April 30, the statement is getting over. So after April 30, we have 1st of May. So can I say minus 10 days will come here? If I don't want minus 10, what will I do? If I don't want minus 10, what will I do? I'll take this to the credit side. So transaction date is the account current statement date, April 30. Very, very important. Buy reading product as per contra. May 10th is the due date. Whatever is the due date here, same due date here. Amount column will be blank. Days column will be positive 10. So 10 into 15,000 rupees, can I say 1,50,000 rupees is the product? 15,000 to 10. 1,50,000 is the product. If you don't want this 1,52,000 to be in negative, you have to write it on the credit side. If you want it to be negative, you have to keep it on the debit side. Tell me guys, any problem so far? Any confusions? Adi, Akshita, Bhavika, Lakshana, Manish, Nandini, comfortable, not comfortable?
Comfortable.
Comfortable,
Pratiksha,
sir.
Priyanka, Raghav, Shruti, Roshni, Sundari, comfortable, not comfortable?
Comfortable, sir.
Okay, excellent guys. Normal guys, normal forward method, how we are doing like that only we're doing. Just minus part we're taking to the other side. Minus part taking to the other side. Very simple. 12th, X received check from Y. X is receiving check, guys. So we are receiving check. Can I say bank to Y? So buy bank, buy bank, buy bank. 12th April is the transaction date, guys. If you look at the question, 12th April is the transaction date and due date is 15/5. Due date is 15/5. Due date is 15/5. May 15th. April 12th is the transaction date. Buy bank, May 15th. Amount is 7,500. Due date is falling after the account current statement date or before the account current statement date? After. So can I say it will be negative? Guys, May 15. May 15 means how many days? Can I say it will be negative 10 days? If I don't want this to be negative, what should I do? Sorry, 15 days, right? So it will be negative 15. Am I correct? Guys, it will be negative 15. If I don't want to be negative 15, I'll take this to the other side, guys. So on 30th of April, that is the transaction date, will be the account current statement date. To reading product as per contra, May 15th is the due date. 15 days now, it is positive, guys. So 15 into 7,500. So you're getting positive 1,12,500. You're getting positive 1,12,500. Please note it down. I hope all of you are writing it down. Guys, I have done this question a lot of times, so I don't need a practice. You're doing this for the first, or maybe this is the second time you're doing it. So you need the practice. So I hope all of you are writing it down. Guys, anybody who's just watching what I'm doing? Or is everybody working it out?
Working it out.
So
That's great. That's great. Super. Can I go forward to the next question, guys? That is next transaction. Or anybody still writing? I'll go forward. So next transaction is guys 15th of April. Y sold goods to X. Y is selling to X. In whose books are we recording? X books. So guys, it is sale for us or purchase for us?
Purchase.
What is the journal entry for purchase?
Purchase account debit to Y account.
Purchase to Y. So can I say buy purchase? April 15th is transaction date. Buy purchase. Invoice date is 15th May. So that will be my due date. And amount is 6,000 rupees, guys. Now this May 15 is falling. This due date is falling after the account current statement date. So if I calculate day here, it will be minus 15. And if you don't want this minus 15 to be here, take it to the debit side, other side. So on April 30 to reading product as per contra, May 15th, 15 days. So 15 days into 6,000 rupees was the transaction amount, guys. So 90,000 rupees you'll get as in the amount column. Please note it down. Please write this down. When you record the original transaction, record the transaction date, particulars, due date, amount. That's all. Don't write the last two columns. And when you come here, guys, except the amount column, you have to fill everything. Except the amount column, you have to fill everything. When you write the reading product transaction, except the amount column, you have to write everything.
Sir,
Yes, boss.
sir, I guess there's a printing mistake in the question, sir.
What happened?
So the last before transaction, sir, the due date is mentioned 15th April, sir.
Okay.
But in the answer, they have given 15th May.
No, it's not a printing mistake. There's a concept there. I'll come to that.
Okay.
Guys, can I go to the next transaction? Guys, can I go to the next transaction?
Yes, sir.
Now, guys, on 20th of April, X returned the goods sold by Y. X returned the goods sold by Y, which means we purchased on 15th April 2020, and that is returned on 20th April. Guys, Purida, I'll come to this point. What happened? Just 1 second. Guys, X returned the goods sold by Y on 15th April 2020. So 15th April 2020, the goods is sold. Let's say this is 1/4/2020, and this is 34/2020. This purchase has happened, guys. The purchase has happened on 15th April 2020. When is the return happening? If this is purchase return. When is the purchase return happening? On 20th of April. 24/2020, return is happening. Now tell me, Roshni, any problem in this?
No, sir.
Now, guys, if I come back,
Sir,
return 1 second, Kana. Let me complete. X return goods sold by Y. X return goods. So for us, purchase return or sales return?
Purchase.
What will be the journal entry for purchase return? Journal entry for purchase return, guys.
Y account debit to purchase return.
Y account debit to purchase return. To purchase return. Transaction date. The return is happening on 20th of April. Now, if you take 15th April 2020, 15th April 2020 as your due date, don't you think that will be wrong? Tell me, guys. Can I say this and this transaction is related to each other? Y sold goods to X. So which means this is my purchase transaction. On 15th of April, I purchased it, guys. The invoice date is 15th May. The invoice date is 15th May, which means my due date is 15th May. 15th May 2020 is my due date. This is my purchase transaction date, and this is my invoice date. On the 15th May 2020, the invoice is prepared. This is my invoice date, which is my due date. Now, what you are telling is that, sir, my return is happening on 20 April, and here it is 15/4/2020 as due date. Guys, the due date is 15/4. If you take the due date of the purchase return transaction as 15/4/2020, will it be correct? Your purchase itself is on 15/5. Can you take your purchase return on 15/4? Is it possible? First of all, do you agree with this, guys? This is my purchase transaction, and this is my purchase return transaction. They're talking that 6,000 worth goods what you purchased, in that 1,000 worth goods you're returning it back. So 6,000 is purchase transaction, and in that 1,000 is purchase return. So 15th April you purchased, the due date is 15/5. So effectively the invoice date, guys, invoice date is 15/5, which is the due date. This is the due date. When the original purchase transaction due date is on 15th of May, then how can the purchase returns due date can be 15th of 4? How can purchase return happen earlier to purchase due date? In that case, I'll not take this as due date. Whatever is the due date for purchase, that will be the due date for purchase return also. Roshni, now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Guys, all of you clear with this concept? Very, very important here. If you don't pay attention to this, you're gone. This entire question, you'll be able to do it very smoothly. In this entire question, you'll be able to do everything smoothly. Two places you'll go wrong. One is this, and another is this. This also, sometimes you may escape it. But here, out of oversight, out of exam pressure, in order to complete the paper, what you do? You don't apply your mind. And what will happen? You'll take 15/4/2020 as the due date. How can the purchase return due date will be prior to the purchase due date? So in that case, if your note a point, please make a note of that. If purchase return or sales return due date happens to be earlier than the due date of the original purchase bar sale transaction, in such case, the due date of purchase bar sale transaction has to be considered. If purchase return or sales return due date happens to be earlier than the due date of original purchase and sale transaction, if the due date is prior, if the purchase return or sales return due date is coming earlier than the original purchase and sale transaction due date, in such case, your due date of the original purchase bar sale transaction, that will be considered. Please make a note of this. Coming back, guys, coming back. So X return, so this is purchase return, guys. So April 20, the purchase return is happening. To purchase return. Due date will be, guys, please highlight this. It will be original purchase transactions due date. The original purchase transaction due date is 15th May. So same 15th May, you'll take it. Amount is 1,000 rupees. Now, if you take the number of days here, guys, since the due date is falling after the account current statement date, the number of days will become negative. If you don't want negative, take this to the other side. April 30, buy Reading product as per contra, May 15 due date, 1,015. 1,000 rupees is the purchase return amount into 15 days, 15,000 rupees. Tell me, guys, comfortable, not comfortable?
Comfortable, sir.
Please note this down. I'll proceed forward. 3-4 minutes, guys. We're done with this.
Sir,
Yes, boss.
sir, can you show me the white?
Yes. Done, guys? Can I go to the next transaction? The last one, it says that on 20th of April, bill accepted by Y is dishonored on this due date. Bill accepted by Y, which means Y is supposed to pay this money. For us, this was bills receivable. Bill accepted by Y. Y accepted to pay us. So for us, it was bills receivable. On that date, the bill was dishonored. So what is the journal entry for the dishonorment of the bill, guys? What will be the journal entry for dishonorment of bill? The validity of the bills receivable is gone and the debtor needs to be recreated. So can I say Y account debit to bills receivable?
Yes, sir.
Y account debit to bills receivable. So 2 bills receivable. April 20, 2 bills receivable. There's no due date given in the question. So whatever is the transaction date, that will be my due date. 5,000 rupees, guys. Now in this particular transaction, the due date is falling before the account current statement date. So you'll get 10 days, which is positive. 30 minus 20, you'll get 10 days. So 10 into 5,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees, guys. 50,000 rupees. Now, guys, please go ahead and balance the product and tell me what is the balance of the product you're getting. Please tell what is the balance of the product you're getting. Are you getting 4,17,500 as balance, guys, of product?
Yes, sir.
Guys, if balance product, if this is coming on debit side, can I say this is carried down? Though we are not carrying in anywhere the product, but just for knowledge purpose, guys. So if this is carried down, can I say brought down of the product balance will come here, 4,17,500. And if the opening balance comes on the credit side, guys, is this amount receivable or payable?
Payable.
And on this, if I calculate interest, will this be my interest expense or interest income?
Expense.
Expense. Obviously, I'm supposed to pay this money. If I'm not paying this money on time, I have to pay interest. So interest expense. So can I say interest expense to Y? I have to pay this interest to Y in future. So I have to debit interest expense, being debit nominal account, interest all debit. Sorry, expense is all debited. Expense should be debited. So interest expense account debit to Y, expense to liability. So buy interest on 30th April, buy interest account. This is expense. Please make a note of it. So 4,17,500 into 10 by 100 into 1 by 365. So 114.38, which is 114 rupees is your interest expense. This is my second finding. Though this balance carried down of product will not come anywhere, guys. This is only for your purpose. If you're confused whether should I have interest expense or income, for that purpose, I'm telling you to carry forward. But in your answer sheet, you will not carry forward this anywhere. The product will never be carried forward or brought forward. Now, having calculated the interest, guys, please calculate the, please balance the amount column and tell me, guys, what is the balance you're getting? Are you getting this balance? 2385.62, which means through 2386. 2386 is your balance carried down, guys. This is payable. This is payable. This is the amount payable to Y. X has to pay this amount to Y. Are you all getting this point?
Yes, sir.
And without forgetting, bring this balance brought down, guys. This will be carry forwarded. 2386 will be balance brought down on 1st of May. So with this, we complete the red ink interest concept, guys. We complete the red ink interest concept. Tell me any difficulty in this.
No, sir.
So guys, it's 6:53 now. Can we take a break of 7 minutes? Come back and continue with one more concept.
Yes, sir.
Chalo guys, let's take a break. So guys, welcome back from the break. So I told you that we'll be starting a new concept, which is nothing but preparation of account current by means of product method in case of banks. So guys, we have two questions here, one in illustration number 8 and one as exercise question. So what I'll do is I'll not start this today. I'll start this probably tomorrow. So we'll complete this two questions, guys. And with that, the account current chapter is over. Guys, is that okay with all of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Chalo guys, then that's all for today from my side. I'll see you all in the next class that is tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye. See you. Take care.
Thank you.